Your favorite radio station, Dandal Kura International from Maiduguri. Let me once again present to you a very important guest in the person of Mr. Pierrel, the Deputy Director of Agence Française de Développement, that's the French International Development Agency. This agency assists governments, NGOs, and other similar organizations elsewhere. Welcome to Dandal Kura Radio International.
Thank you very much.
Yes. When did you come to this country and what's your impression of Nigeria generally?
I arrived in Nigeria 4 years ago,
Oh.
in 2013, in August. Francophone people, very often they don't know very well Nigeria. So I just wanted to discover this country. It's a giant of Africa, soon a giant of the world, because the population is growing very fast. It's the first economy of Africa, and I was very excited to come in this country. So my impression is very good, and after 4 years I will probably regret leaving Nigeria.
What is the purpose of your visit to Borno State, and have you been able to go outside the state capital, Maiduguri?
I arrived this morning in Maiduguri. I came in Maiduguri in order to launch several projects with the European Union. European Union has launched a EU trust fund for Lake Chad, and France has also launched an initiative for Lake Chad that we co-finance to support some project. There was a launch this morning at the Governor House with the various projects that will participate to this initiative. I was not able to go outside, and I will leave tomorrow morning, and I will go back to Abuja. I'm very sorry about that, but we will have some activities on the ground with our partners, and we expect to come back soon when the activities will start.
How has the AFD been assisting in the humanitarian efforts in the Northeast zone especially, and specifically with what is the quantum of your aid to Nigeria in general and Northeast in particular, since you have been around for 4 years?
French Development Agency is the French arm of aid, the main French arm of aid, and we support sustainable development. We are not so much involved in humanitarian crisis. It's not our mandate. But we have been involved in the Borno State recently, because we think that it's time to work on post-conflict and to try to react swiftly after the conflict, in order to reduce the period between humanitarian support and development support. What we have seen in some other countries is that the development partners are very slow to come on ground. And the idea of French Development Agency was to react quickly with EU to propose projects to support recovery. So we are not active on the ground until recently, because we are not in charge of humanitarian response. But we work on development. In Nigeria, we are operating since 2008. Our first project was a project in the Lagos State. It's a quite popular project for the BRT. It's the bus rapid transit. So it has a huge impact on the population, and more generally our mandate is to support sustainable development, and our focus are mainly on growth diversification, So rural activities, SME banking, but also sustainable cities and urban development. So we work on the urban renewal or waste management, urban water, access to water, and also transport, urban transport.
Yeah. Since you've not been able to go outside Maiduguri, I wonder if you've been able to meet these NGOs and the IDPs here in the state. Have you been able to talk to them?
Yes, because they attend the launch this morning with the representative of the state. It was headed by chaired by the deputy governor and the commissioner for RRR. So we met them, and they, at their level, they are really at the phase where they are setting up in order to launch the activities in the coming weeks and months.
And now you have come and seen Dandal Kura radio. What's your impression of it?
My first impression is that this initiative shall be really supported, emphasized, for several reasons. There is a lot of professionalism, I think, in this radio. It's also very important for the population in this part of the country, but also for the neighboring country, because I know that the canary population is spread in four or five countries, and also present in various parts of Africa. So I think it's very important for the population to access information, to access media, in order to understand what is happening, to understand the challenge of the society, and also to have access to better information, and I think it's for just this reason it's sufficient to have Dandal Kura in place. The structure in Maiduguri is quite impressive, and we can also just expect that you will evolve and be able to widespread your voice in some other countries through the FM as you envisage.
Mr. Pierrel, thank you very much for having time to attend the Dandal Kura guest panel, and we hope you will have more time to come back again. Listeners, from your favorite radio station, Dandal Kura International, with my colleague Bashir F. Ali, who is our head of news and current affairs. I am Farouk Al-Hatu saying thank you very much for listening.